Hello students, it's me again and I'm going to work with you today. Today we are going to start unit number 2. And this unit is going to be a bit easier for you, not difficult, because we are going to study content that you already studied in the past when you were in 4th grade, okay? So don't worry, relax. Let's see the name of the unit and the objective of the lesson for today. Unit number 2, the name is School Days. And today we are going to identify daily routines, also school subjects, and we are going to remember time specifically in school context. Okay? So as you can see, all these topics are already known by you. So to start, we are going to watch a video, okay? So let's check. So let's see the video. Here we go. Welcome to my routine.
Mariana, your school. Mariana, school.
I wake up at 6:30.
Mariana, school.
Ah! I brush my teeth at 7 o'clock. I go to school at 7:30. I have lunch at 1:30. I go home at 6:30. And finally, I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Okay, that was a very, boring video about my routine, so sorry about that. So let's continue. The idea of watching this video was to remember some daily routine activities that I know that you immediately remember some of them. Okay, so now we are going to watch some examples of daily routines. Okay, as you could see, I showed you in my video some routines that I have commonly when I go to school. Okay, so let's remember some others. Some daily routine activities are, for example, wake up, take a shower, have breakfast, go to school, have lunch, go home, have dinner, and go to bed. That's my favorite part of the day. Yes or no, to rest at home. But today we are going to work deeply on this routine when you go to school, because as students you also have different routines at school or now in your mid sessions or classroom sessions with your homeworks. Okay, when you are a student, like in your case, you have to follow some organization, and this is called schedule or timetable. But what is a schedule or timetable in other words? A schedule or timetable is a plan to organize and accomplish specific tasks. In other words, is this what we call in Spanish un horario. As you could see, we have the red line with the time, and then we have from Monday to Saturday in this case when you have extra activities, but commonly you have classes from Monday to Friday, not more. So this is an example of a schedule or timetable. Okay. Now, let's remember what subjects or school subjects do you already know to fit this timetable, para completar este horario. Which are the school subjects that you have at school? We have got at school different school subjects. For example, Spanish, math or mathematics, PE or physical education, science, that was the name up to fourth grade. Now in seventh grade, you have biology, chemistry, and physics. We also have got history and geography. Also ethics and philosophy. You also have got music and art. And of course, the most beautiful and the most important subject in the world or in the school, English. Yes? So as you could see, here we have eight different subjects that you already have got at school. Nowadays on mid sessions, maybe, on commonly at school itself. So let's continue. Now, when you attend classes at school or in mid session, you have to attend classes at a specific time, asistir a clases en una hora específica. And we are going to remember different ways to mention or express the time that you already learned when you were in third and fourth grades, cuando estabas en tercero o cuarto básico. Y cuarto básico, in fact. Let's remember, when you were in third year, you learned this time when the long hand, remember, the long hand, recordar que la manito larga del analog clock represents the minutes, representa los minutos. Yeah? So when you have the long hand pointing to number 12, like in this photo, we are talking about o'clock. In Spanish, we call it en punto. This you already learned in third grade. You also learned this other clock where the long hand is pointed to number 6. In this case, we do not say o'clock, we say half past. After, when you were in fourth grade, cuando estabas en cuarto básico, you learned this clock. When the long hand is pointing to number 3, you say quarter past, and which is in Spanish, un cuarto, like here, quarter past 8 in Spanish means ocho un cuarto. And the last clock, where the long hand is pointing to number 9, and we call it quarter to. In Spanish, we call it un cuarto para. Do you remember now these 4 clocks? ¿Te acordaste de estos 4 relojes? I know you did it. So let's move on. Now in 7th grade, you have to increase your knowledge. Vas a tener que aumentar este conocimiento. Because in the daily life, we do not always speak on o'clock times or half past or quarter past or quarter to. You have other time in other numbers in some way. For example, let's imagine this analog clock, okay? First, to help you, we are going to divide this clock in the middle, okay? Sorry for these lines that are not very straight, are like circles or curve. Okay, here we have our analog clock divided into 2 sides. We have the right side of the clock from 1 to 5. And we have got the left side of the clock from 7 to 11. Okay, so let's continue. When you want to mention, we are going to think now and, in the long hand. Vamos a pensar ahora, chicos y chicas de séptimo A y séptimo B, en la manito larga del analog clock that indicates the minutes, los minutos. If you want to mention a time where the long hand is between these numbers, between 12 and 6, but from the right, on the right side of the clock, you have to use this structure. It's past. What does it mean? You mention the minutes, then the word past, and then the hour. Now I'm going to help you in Spanish. Vas a pensar primero en la mano larga del reloj análogo que te indica los minutos. Si tú quieres indicar una hora en donde los minutos está apuntando hacia el lado derecho del reloj, desde pasadito el 12 hasta justo antes de llegar al number 6, tú vas a usar esta estructura que te muestro al lado derecho. For example, it's 12 past 4. Okay. Now, if we want to talk about the long hand, which is the minutes hand, pointing to a specific time on the left side of the clock, you are going to use this structure. It's 2. You mention the minutes, the word 2, and the hour. For example, it's 8 to 3. Now I'm going to help you again in Spanish. Si tú quieres mencionar una hora en donde la manito larga de los minutos está señalando hacia cualquier número entre el 6, pasadito el 6 y el 11, pasas por el 10, el 11, justo antes de llegar al 12, usas esta estructura en donde indicas los minutos, la palabra to y luego la hora. ¿Ok? I hope that explanation is going to be easier. Now let's continue. For example, it's 12 past 4. As you can see, it's 12 past 4. My long hand is pointing to on the right side of the clock. So that's why I use this structure. Okay. Now, this is because the long hand is pointing in a number on the right side, porque la mano larga, ¿cierto?, está apuntando hacia algunos minutos, un minuto específico, en el lado derecho del reloj. Now, on the other side, it's 8 to 3. As you can see, 8 minutes to 3. Like my long hand is pointing to a number on the left side of the clock, you use this structure. Okay, now again in Spanish. Como te fijas, si mi manito larga de los minutos está apuntando hacia algún número en el lado izquierdo de mi reloj análogo, yo voy a usar esta estructura que está en el lado izquierdo. Okay? So, I hope really that this is going to be useful and helpful for you. How to mention my schedule now? To mention your schedule or to mention the specific day where you've got a school subject, you need to follow the next structure. On, then the day of the week. After that, I've got or I do, which are the same, school subject, and finally the time. Or I've got or I do a school subject on day of the week and at plus the time. For example, on Monday, I've got or I do science at 3 o'clock. On Friday, I've got or I do PE at 9:30. These examples are correspond to the first structure, okay, where you start your sentence with the day of the week. Now the second examples are I've got or I do science on Monday at 3 o'clock, or I've got or I do PE on Friday at 9:30. As you can notice, these two structures are very similar. The only difference is that in the first one, in this one, you start your sentence with the day of the week. Okay? In the second sentence, you start with the I have got or I do. That's me exercising, of course. Yes, right. So let's continue. Now, please, I need you go to your book on the page that I'm going to mention right now. Okay, I need you please open your book on page number 18. We are going to start working on the first activity. As you can see here, we have 4 pictures of different daily routines. And then you have to match the correct name or correct activity of daily routine. We have arrive at school, get dressed, go to bed, have breakfast, have dinner, have lunch, leave school, and wake up. You have to write down the correct name of the daily routines here on the box. Okay? Then, activity number 2. Write the phrases in the order you do them on a normal school day. You are going to use the previous 8 daily routines from activity 1, and in your copybook you have to write in order. What is the first activity we do? To wake up. Number 2, which one is it? Maybe leave school or have breakfast or etc. You have to put in order in your copybook. Okay? Learn this, the grammar box. This box is about times. As you could see here we have some different times that we already mentioned in the PowerPoint presentation. For example, 10 o'clock, 8:15, 11, midday, which is the mediodía in Spanish, 6:30, 4:45, 5:03, and midnight, that is medianoche. Read this learn box. Then say these times. You have to practice these different times because we are going to check them on our next mid session. Okay. It is not necessary that you write down in your copybook, but it's compulsory. It's an obligation that you practice these different times orally because I'm going to ask you in the mid session. So let's move on to our next page. Page number 19. Activity number 4. Listen to Sophia talking about her daily routine. At what time does she do these things? As you can see, here we have 7 different daily routines, and Sophia is going to tell us at what time she does these different actions, okay? So we are going to listen to, and you have to write down the time, just in number, so don't worry. Here we go.
Unit 2, Lesson 2A, Exercise 4.
During the week, I get up at 7:20. I have breakfast at 7:45, and then I go to school. I arrive at school at 8:20. It's very close to my house. At school, I have lunch at 12:15. At the end of the school day, I leave school. That's at 10 to 3. At home, I have dinner with my family. We have dinner at 7:30. I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Okay, if you need to listen to one more time, si necesitas escucharlo nuevamente, retrocede unos segundos este video para volver a escucharlo. Si estás listo, let's move on. Recycle. Do or does. Remember, we use do or does to form questions in the present simple. Remember, guys, that we studied present simple in Unit 1. We put it before the subject, she, he, you, etc. We use the infinitive without to, but you have to remember also that we use do for some people and does for other people. In the case of do, we use before I, you, we, they. And does, we use it before he, she, and it. Some examples of questions are: do you have lunch at school? When does she wake up? Okay, so let's continue to the next activity. Chicos, recuerden que estas actividades las vamos a revisar en la próxima sesión Meet. Séptimo A conmigo, séptimo B con Miss Sandra. Let's continue to activity number 7. Vocabulary. Match 10 of the school subjects with the icons below. Then listen and repeat all the words. We are going to listen to the different subjects here we have, and you have to write it next to each one of these photos or icons, the correct name of each subject. Okay, so here we go. Pay attention.
Lesson 2A. Exercise 7.
Art and design. Biology. Chemistry. Economics. English. French. Geography. German. History. ICT, Information and Communication Technology. Maths. Music. PE, Physical Education. Physics. RE, Religious Education.
Okay, we already listened to these different 10 school subjects, and we have to match the correct name of each subject with the icon. I'm going to help you with the first one. If we look at number 1, here we have a musical instrument, which is a violin, it seems. So, which is the name of this subject? It would be physics, or it would be geography? No. This subject, number 1, is music. So I'm going to write now next to the picture the correct name of the subject, which is music. Okay. Remember, we are going to check these activities on our mid session. You have to do you have to match the rest of the school subjects with the appropriate icon. Let's continue with activity number 10. Listen and complete. Team's timetable for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Write the correct school subjects. What is a timetable? Do you remember I mentioned before? In Spanish, a timetable is a horario. Very good. So you have to complete with the correct name of the school subjects. But Tim is not going to say, oh, I have got English. He is not going to say that. He is going to describe his classes. So you have to pay attention to the listening because you have to be very aware of the appropriate school subject. Here we go.
Lesson 2A. Exercise 10. 1. It's 9:05 on Wednesday.
Now open the first window again and click Run. It doesn't work. Is there a problem, Tim? It doesn't work. My program doesn't work. Let me see.
2. It's 11:15 on Wednesday.
Bonjour les enfants.
Bonjour, madame.
Asseyez-vous.
Sit down.
Oh, okay, d'accord.
3. It's 8:20 on Thursday.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Wie geht es Ihnen heute?
Guten Morgen.
Come in, Tim. Sit down.
Okay.
4. It's 10:30 on Thursday.
Okay. Now, let's start again. From the beginning. 2, 3. That's good, but can we try it again? This time slowly. 2, 3.
5. It's 9:05 on Friday.
Tim, have you got a problem?
Yes, I can't find the blue or the red paint.
All the colours are on your table. Look for them.
Oh, it's okay. Sam's got it.
Listen, everyone. You've got 10 minutes to finish your pictures.
6. It's 1:50 on Friday.
Okay, so China, Japan, India. These are countries in which continent?
Asia.
Yes, Tim. Very good. Do you know any more?
Brazil?
No, Brazil isn't in Asia. Where is it?
Europe.
It's in South America.
Okay, that's it. Tim was very lost because Brazil was not in Asia or Europe. Yes or no? So, if you need to listen to again, si necesitas escucharlo nuevamente, retrocede unos segundos a este video para poder escucharlo nuevamente y completar. If you are ready, let's continue. Okay, so that's it for today. Remember that we are going to check these activities from page number 18 and number 19 on our next meet session, Séptimo A with me and Séptimo B with Miss Sandra, okay? So see you on our meet session. Take care, stay home, and bye-bye.